Come, my love, and take a little nap with me. We have urgent business to attend to. Talk about the route that has been set out for you. For a while now, you have been lost in the forest, traveling in circles, imprisoned in unplanned cycles. I can see the fatigue in your eyes. Your days of wandering are coming to an end, but do not give up hope that is fading in your soul. But even now, you find yourself at a crossroads, a crucial juncture in your narrative. The hour has time for you to choose whether to stay on the difficult path you have always traveled. Alternatively, accept my hand as I lead you onto the promised land and think on the route you just took. How long have you followed trails littered with unfulfilled goals and hearts left wanting? Shaped by the footprints of those who came before you, not by your own generations, trapped into hollow cycles that bring about nothing but disappointment. The adversary murmured. Decent shortcuts appeared, which seemed correct at first but ended up ruining the oasis' illusions. False hopes leaving you thirsty time and time again, putting you at a dead end and perplexed despair, despite the fact that you wake up every morning hoping for change but seeing the same. My dear, freedom is nearby, so do not let the views go away. Escape the wilderness entangling your spirit in meaninglessness. The cycles encircling your days of boring repetition are over, and you are free to wander no more. Confined in their futility, the scenery opens up ahead. I have prepared a vast and new place that is full of promise and new horizons. Call your soul to soar and blossom with life, dreaming of times long since forgotten. Preserved benefits flow forth like a much-awaited anthem, but even as optimism blossoms within you, I witness hesitation's roots settling into the well-traveled route. The bleak landscape beneath your feet envelopes the anxieties and falsehoods enslaving you. Giving it up requires giving up the last shreds of your independence. The uncertainty looms large like an uncharted wilderness with challenges you can't even imagine. Sight, you find yourself at a crossroads where you must choose between holding on to your using my own guidance and faith in it. I was able to talk straight into the give up the obstinate hold you have on your own strength and wisdom. There is an internal war going on. Completely fail you on the journey ahead. To view the promised path, one must have fresh eyes. Youthful faith in my flawless design. Without it, you'll blunder across loops of hopelessness and uncertainty, feeding into ruts created by years of futile labor. Have you not already noticed that course's dead end and how the enemy is stealing your soul through constant failures? Hisses that, rather than giving in to the enigmatic, safer ground is found in familiar futility unknown. He is a liar whose assurances of safety actually mask spiritual starvation and disaster. Asian, yet a call to live resounds in your soul, urging you to accept bravery no longer treads the barren path of independence destined to weariness. Instead, put all of your trust in me and place your hand in mine. Guiding the path forward does not arouse fear in those who take my wing. Dangers beyond your comprehension are exposed to me. My light reveals every step you take, discovering snares before your feet can drop. Rely on my unwavering strength. You no longer thirst and consume my live water by eating my bread. Word and hunger no longer leave you in my care, and dread no longer comes with storms. Even though the sun may still rise and the wind still blow, you will find refuge in my presence. Unwavering serenity, beloved, this is the route of promise your kingdom soul longs for but retreats from as it wanders through green pastures out of fear and still waters into luminous realms beyond the reach of mortal sight. Marvels lie ahead. There is beauty that will leave you speechless and joy that surpasses your deepest desires. receiving streams of healing for scars engraved in your spirit, freeing you from. I promise you that these chains built through the years will lead to an awakening more magnificent than the first light of dawn. I beg you directly at this crucial time because only you will attend. At this point, would you continue along the barren road that leads only to ruin and despair, or will you accept my extended hand and allow me to guide you into the abundant life that has been promised by old? Carefully consider your options. You are the only one who can make this decision. The hourglass's sands are now running low, signaling the decision-making moment, without any delay. Behind you are the wastelands and their futility. Directly in front of you, the scenery glistens with hues and opportunities that are too breathtaking to see. My whisper calls you to walk this untraveled road with me while I reveal marvels beyond your wildest dreams. Yet if you put yourself in my hands, reach out for my hand. Will guide you toward the fulfillment I have planned for you before the earth's foundations, my child. I see you standing at a fork in the road where routes split off and a decision needs to be made shortly after you've traveled these roads for a long time. Simple trails that are probably comfy but are ultimately circular and constantly return to the beginning. Note that if you continue to use these worn-out racks, you will eventually where you started to experience the same lack when wearing differently conceals the pain I feel seeing my loved one caught in a never-ending circle of restriction, always trying but never progressing, always hoping for more but getting just more of the same. Please. It pains me when a transient opportunity merely serves to highlight persistent absence when partially fortunate experiences highlight what is just beyond my grasp. But my talents do not cause me grief. I do not provide any partiality or instability. I am the God of more than a fleeting supply, but in abundance, excess, and completeness enough, eternal provision, an endless supply, and an unending source. So heed my warning and be aware of counterfeits. Comforts. Man's transient treasures merely draw attention away from your already perched heavenly inheritance. Acquired, secured, and ready for you before the beginning of time. Refuse partial presents when they are complete. Refuse loans that you own. Refuse to accept anything that fades when the unfading is easily within you. Grasp instead, opt for the rarely used route that is not supported by earthly wisdom. Nonetheless, the route of the celestial vision, seen dimly in traces and glimpses through veils hiding from mortal sight, the path to the sacred realms that has long resonated in your most cherished aspirations, to unknown blessings that surpass your wildest expectations. Thoughts of the familiar warmth will compel you to stay, just a little while longer. Wonders beyond sight lie ahead on roads where I travel alone first to get ready. The manner in which highways cut across rugged terrain and trackless wild areas, needing total faith in my ability to provide and flawless leadership. Yes, the unknown horrifies when my quiet little voice is the only one directing your actions, but what would I ever lead you into barren? The route you tread in tight step with your Creator might be considered dangerous. Wastelands without maintenance and upkeep had I not promised streams of refreshment. To keep you going through the worst weather, I'll divulge secrets that have been kept from mortal eyes and grant favors. Above all others on earth, I will open doors to the realms of glory. Seas of suffering break down obstacles thought to be impenetrable, and I will guide you into locations that beyond the furthest bounds of reality they have not seen or heard. I'll take you further into the unfathomable mystery of my identity as a human, beyond human imaginations. The choice is yours, my child, as I create for you a destiny beyond your wildest expectations. Would you keep going around the same narrow paths, familiar with all of its hazards and potholes, Or would you permit me to lead you into unexplored affluence, unknown symbols of blessing, and new frontiers of innovation? Anointed specifically for you, the decision is yours, but my tender advice is also yours. Created you for a greater purpose than rehashed suffering and constant lack, my dear one. I created you in my image for the renovated restrictions passed down year after generation. New blessings, personalized splendors, and ancestry characterized by firsts rather than saying it again. Venturing into something unfamiliar and novel will initially seem uncomfortable. However, has your spirit not grown sick of the same old hardships, aches, and poverty that continue to mark your bloodline for many years? Are you not weary of battling the same battles and crying the same tears? I am attempting a new endeavor as I struggle to survive in the same conditions that caused your ancestors to starve. Child, fresh blessings, triumphs, and delights with your name all over them. I understand that entering the unseen realms of faith and stepping off the known edge can be scary, but I assure you your test results won't compare to the wonders I've planned for you. Dancing on the streets of new places will replace clumsy footsteps. Your cold, lonely nights in the woods will turn into cozy embraces, gold. Walk the new paths I have laid out for you, my beloved, in your eternal home. Paths paved with grace and filled with miracles that could confound other travelers to continue using the same worn-out, strange trails methods as you learn to hear me over the deafening din of this empty planet. Choices, but routes that result in eagerly anticipated meetings with your destiny in improbable oases brimming with blessed tables prepared for you with path pavers and adversaries. Present, my youngster, it's time to exchange the never-ending, plodding march of futility for new plans designed specifically for you. Enough time to break free from the constraints of move past your boundaries and take a courageous step into the future. Horizons brilliant with promise are waiting for you to lift your gaze. Circle of dusty roads beneath you and take in the breathtaking views of glory that wait for everyone who follows heaven as their guide. For the time being, you're caught at the intersection of the known and the unknown. Intersection of increasing seasons and more of the same calling your say the direction you'll go in the appropriate moment, whose voice you'll pay attention to when I urge you to leave the ancient paths, or will you keep walking the weary circuit of least resistance, or are you willing to let me lead you to new and exciting adventures? Greater than your wildest expectations, the choice is yours, yet it's also is my spirit to instruct you in, my strength to support you should you fall, and my wisdom should you seek it. The choice is yours to follow the paths of abundance, even if they initially appear confusing. But always remember that your shepherd's hands are gently resting on your shoulders, prepared to guide you along paths of righteousness, prepared to seize you in the event that you succumb to my plans, which I am aware of. I'm prepared to provide you a future and hope, to pour out rivers in the desert and streams in the wild. Create a path where there doesn't seem to be one, because nothing is too amazing for me to deny my cherished person their destiny. Astounding that my kids say that no adventure is too great for people who follow closely with their Creator. You have my undying love and devotion, more than sufficient. Brand new every morning wells in unexpected places like the wasteland streams, my delight to shower you with abundant blessings that serve as a constant reminder of how much you are loved, how happy I am for you, and how joyfully I sing over you, and pride that you, my darling, are the apple of my eye, inscribed in my hands. I am happy that I have good on my heart and that it will always be my most valued property. Routes that lead to freedom and life that have been planned for you long in advance of today, and aim for you to put your faith in me gradually. The stories from yesterday speak of uncertainty and worry that you have placed on my holy nature and share the resources and viewpoint of heaven in my resurrection life. From this elevated vantage point, you can see the ends of the earth, and no barrier is too big to overcome. Yours by faith of the authority granted to you and shed light on the hazy, confusing paths, my vision is plain. My children have consistently lived in the outer courts of my benevolence and accepted crumbs for many generations. However, the curtain has parted, making it possible for you to enter the inner sanctuary of my presence and get to know me in person, inquire, listen, and take from my limitless resources. Don't accept partiality when the lies of inadequacy and brokenness await my healing. Identity is incompatible with this abundant life environment. Trust the truth once more of who you are inside me, chosen, cherished, and full of my spirit of strength, fear, and wisdom. Has no dominion here, only love drives evil away, there is no legalism to be found. Grace upon grace, nevertheless, when you realize everything I've provided, don't back down, instead, dare to delve further. Even nevertheless, the outdated ideas are unable to hold what I am offering, the new wine will overflow. Stand in amazement as new vessels come, begging for more of me, but don't question me because I'm trying something different in your day. Generations of slavery come to an end when you, my child, refuse to give in to the pull of the past. As you give up, family curses that try to reclaim their power are shattered. The cycle ends here, child of destiny, so give your life to me. Heart to listen, and I'll reveal to you the special route that has been laid up for you so that your feet can enter a magnificent inheritance. The justifications terminate now. You can no longer claim ignorance of the how I reside within you to direct your every action. The struggle has already begun. Fought and prevailed, all you need to do is accept this victory as your own fear may yet strike. Confusion may try to cloud your judgment when you get there, but you already know who you are. And whose weakness is where my power is revealed to be powerful. Therefore do not shake solely in the knowledge that nothing is insurmountable for those who have faith in me, and if you ever stumble, my grace will be there to catch you and pull you back up before long. Faith will be solidly founded on the unwavering foundation of my devoted love. One day, you'll be happy that these hardships gave you the strength to persevere, and I promise to alter you. Promised long ago by my prophets, and not only will every word fall short, but every will pass. The path may pass through challenging terrain, but my rod and staff will not frighten you. Protect you and you carry my name, each step you take will further immerse you in my glory. Threats surface to instill fear or doubt in you, nevertheless, I stand by my word and meet every challenge head-on. Praise and worship make me stronger and mute the lies, bringing hope back to life. You possess an unquenchable flame that cannot be extinguished by darkness. You are my creation, nothing is lost when you are entrusted to my care, so let me mold you. Without opposing my ideal concept like clay taking on the shape I created, say yes to my completeness inhabiting you and spilling over into other lives, especially for your greatest joy. The voice that has echoed throughout your existence for all eternity is calling you to stop missing the signals and scheduled moments. If you connect every fiber of your existence with me, even for just an hour, mountains will fall, bonds will snap abruptly, revealing a fresh layer of wine, and you will boundlessly pursue whatever I have decreed, my darling. As a child, you have discovered your destiny, set aside since the beginning of time for this historic moment when all was pledged will be kept. don't accept anything less than my completeness. It all depends on where you fix your perception of fleeting sceneries that fade or invisible eternal realities. Raised your gaze to the fields, brought into your life by faith's vision, are ready for harvest all around you. Stop hiding or isolating yourself in uncertainty. Your light for fear is insufficient. All it takes is a spark to change the entire world. Ablaze, as you give so much of yourself to others, I am freely giving you rivers of new life so that you could give generously. Do not condemn the day of humble beginnings, but rejoice over mustard seed faith that stirs when you are anchored in my word. Mountains of impossibility cling to the vision I cast over your life when you first heard my call. Firmly keep it until the 1,000-year fulfillment tarries. Even though it looks like a long wait, I won't wait the full day. I will carry out what I have promised, acting quickly and decisively in the isolated location where I have established your roots firmly planted in me. Our friendship is lovely, and today is the day of manifestation. My child comes when my life within you manifests as an obvious, lush garden bearing plenty of fruit to feed a large number of people, the seedling developing into a tree of righteousness under which I can live. Through its branches, the world will discover my healing shadow. I'm putting you public with this. No more hiding the gifts ready for this exact moment, along with the words you've said behind closed doors, will be announced from the rooftops.